distinguished travel hackers. Ori Caffrey is the co-founder of JK Place, a collection of small, stylish luxury hotels in Capri, Rome, and Paris that draw an artsy, fashion-forward circle of travelers. Wasn't born into hospitality. His parents were in the garment business and moved from Israel to Italy in the 1970s. That didn't stop Caffrey from pursuing his passion for hotel by opening JK Place in Florence at the age of 24, straight out of university and after internships at boutique hotels in that historic city. When differentiating his brand within the luxury segment, Caffrey says JK Place has used a common sense approach from the start to eliminate petty annoyances for guests. Expect a free minibar breakfast on the schedule and no extra charges for specialty coffees or fresh squeezed juices, for example, as well as adding color to hospitality through a touch directed into individual. The bigger hotel brands are like the big fashion brands. Gucci, Prada, Armani are like Four Seasons, Ritz-Carlton, Mandarin, says Caffrey, speaking with Bloomberg while on a family vacation in Harbor Island in the Bahamas. But then at some point, you go to a tailor for a bespoke, made-to-measure suit for you. And that is different, not because it's more expensive or less expensive, but it's relationship. The way you can really connect with the person who's coming in. Because when he's not flying to Israel, Uruguay, and his wife's homeland, the U.S. and Europe, multiple times a year, Caffrey loves to experience hotels and swank destinations with family in tow. He admits that being married with 3 children has significantly changed the way he travels. Much more planning is required.
To make my wife happy, I learned that when we travel, she loves to find a washing machine, he says, laughing.
Now, the hotelier spoke with Bloomberg as his brand celebrates its 20th anniversary, and on the heels of several key expansion projects, JK Place in Milan will open by early responsibility 2025, housed in the former offices of Versace in the heart of the fashion district. It will be the collection's largest yet, with 40 rooms. A new JK Residence Club will open in Rome around the same time, with 15 spacious apartments for longer stays. Guests will have access to the hotel a block away. Caffrey lives in Florence, Italy, with his wife and 3 children. Here is his travel advice. The smart hotel is one that makes you feel as if you walked into a home or offers surprises. I love hotels, so I'm always desperate in finding the things that would make me dream and say, oh, I wish this was my idea, or, oh, there's so much smart. And last night here in Harbor Island, we had dinner in this small boutique hotel called The Landing, and they had the most beautiful music. They gave me their Spotify. It's 85 hours. We've been there twice in a row for dinner, and every night the music was so beautiful. There's another one in Italy on Lake Garda, called Villa Feltrinelli. It's one of the first hotels that I visit where when you arrive, they unpack your things. Everything is included, and the hospitality was really like walking into someone's home. In fact, even if it's only an 18-room hotel, they still call themselves Grand Hotel at Villa Feltrinelli. And then I think about a hotel in Brazil, Ponta, those ganchos. This hotel was very special because even if I'm not a big fan of the Michelin star restaurant, it was one of the best breakfasts I've ever had. In the morning, you'll have 2 choices: to order the thing that you like or to be surprised. Every morning, they will give us 6 or 7 different tastes of little things that I would have never ordered in my life with the local ingredients. It was really inspiring. And a good hotel room will also have these 3 basic features. The first thing that people probably don't think about is the bed. You need a good night's sleep, because at the end of the day, that's what a hotel is really selling you. Right after proper shower, because if you don't have a nice shower with strong water pressure, it's a problem. And third, it's the heating bottom and air conditioning, which should work in the right way. And in town is often enough of an excuse to meet someone you admire. Here in Harbor Island, I always wished I could meet this family that moved here 27 years ago. India Hicks and her husband, David. India's father, David Hicks, was this very famous, talented designer in the 60s in the UK. His daughter was a friend of a friend, and she moved to Harbor Island many years ago, and she became somehow an ambassador of this island. She has exceptionally good taste for beautiful homes, and a few years ago she was also doing bags and cosmetics, several different things. Now finally I'm in Harbor Island, so finally I was able to meet her and her husband. We had drinks together the other night. They moved from the UK to this island 27 years ago, so they're brave. They follow their heart and love and instinct without following all the normal procedures. Many submission people on vacation might say, I would love to live here, and then nobody probably is doing it. But an off-radar place you should visit is Jose Ignacio in Punta del Este, Uruguay. It's one of those former fisherman places that somehow developed to be a very fashionable place to visit. It has this sort of Italian-style dolce vita that goes all the way to South America, where everything is easy, relaxed. There is one restaurant which is really special called La Huella, which means barefoot. This restaurant is similar to Get In for Arriving Moment, and the same people at Club 55 in Saint-Tropez. It has the same people who enjoy their lives, There is a famous Argentinian chef called Francis Malman. He moved near Jose Ignacio into a little neighborhood called Garzon, and opened a 5 or 6 room hotel. And for this restaurant, this guy cooks these amazing barbecues. The only unfortunate thing about Jose Ignacio is the seasonality is very, very short. Things are happening now in the winter around the New Year's Eve for 3 weeks. Generally January, February, March is the high season, and that's when everyone's going. It would be fantastic if the seasonality of this place could be running safely, fantastic seasons. Learning a foreign phrase can make your life easier. 12 or 13 years ago, my in-laws in Uruguay, I didn't speak a word of Spanish, even though it's very similar to Italian. Said you have to learn one thing, yes, you darling. If you want your life to be easy and make it simpler, leave some activities on the list for the next time around. And sometimes I don't take pictures or I don't do things because I want to keep certain things to do for next time, not to close the entire circle. So, like I've never been to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. And we have a hotel in Paris, and the kids every time say, oh, can we go on top of the Eiffel Tower? And I say, no, next time. For the first time last year, I went to the Statue of Liberty with the kids.